Hey guys, this is Nick coming to you with another Infinity Kingdom video. This one is episode 2 of our tier list series. It's going to follow up on the free to obtain tier list that we made previously. However, this one will focus on King of the Hill Immortal, a little bit different to obtain. Also free to play as well nowadays, but because they comes from the King of the Hill box, Golden Path, or if you're lucky, from the random fragment in Philistone. They're still fairly easy to max. However, the important thing to know about King of the Hill Immortal is you should really focus on one at a time because you want to max their specialization before moving to another one. If you focus on too many because of how limited you are when it comes to unlocking and maxing them, it's not the best idea. Focus on one or two, depending on your spending habits, depending on how much you place, how well you do in King of the Hill, and it's going to be better overall for you. So let's switch to the tier list right away. All right, so here's the tier list with the 10 Immortal. Because there are only 10 in this category, we're going to take a little bit more time to talk about a few pros and cons of each Immortals. Margaret, we're going to place her in B tier. If you look at her, she is physical damage, which I think is a plus given the fact that a lot of the water march use Marlin and are magical damage. So if you want to bring something a little bit different with your water march, she offers something that is different, which is physical damage. She also deals more damage when the enemy is chill and silent. So she is going to be working well in hands with anybody that chill, and also Attila, which silence. Now, when it comes to cons, is the fact that when you look at her kit, it's doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but it's not doing a whole lot when it comes to one thing. And also the fact that she is a water immortal makes her a little bit less valuable when you look at the other option you have in the King of the Hill box. So because she is not the best option in those boxes, she only falls into the B tier when it comes to a King of the Hill Immortal. Now, the next one, I think Toku is a A tier. He is a very, very good tank. Let's go to the game. He is a very, very good tank. He offers a shield. Now, the reason why he's not S tier is when you read the first start of the skill description, you see that it's physical damage. If this was all damage, he will be S tier for sure. But because he only absorbs physical damage, he falls into the A tier, and he becomes a little bit more of a niche immortal. You want him in a lightning march more than any other marches. He is not as flexible as other immortal in this King of the Hill box, and because of that, we are going to slot him as A tier. Seon, I think she is B tier. Let's take a look at her kit. So Seon, overall, she is a decent immortal. She relies on crit to do a lot of damage. Because she relies on crit, she then becomes, again, less flexible than some other options. She has to be in a crit heavy march, so most of the time those are going to be fire march, so you cannot move her as much as you would like to. Plus, there are a few skills that are, in my opinion, almost essential for her to be very effective. Corrosive power being one, she becomes a lot better with corrosive power. Another one is also going to be blood frenzy. She becomes a lot better with blood frenzy. But because she needs a good setup, because the artifact is not that easy to obtain, because she needs to be in a fire march, and because there are also good options on the free to obtain tier list like we saw last video with Wu, she's only falling into the B tier. I don't think she falls any higher than that given those cons. Next is Trajan. Trajan, I think, is a decent fire tank, but that's all he does. He is a fire tank and only a fire team tank. And that's the reason, again, flexibility is a big a big thing that you need to worry about when you're free to play low spender, mid spender. You want immortals that are flexible so that you can change the merge that you are working with, the other immortals that they work with. And this one here, because it only increase the fire immortal damage when a fire immortal deals damage. So if he is the only fire immortal in the march, uh, he is almost useless, right? So you need to put him into a fire march, and given that fact, he is only going to fall into the B tier. Next is Mehmed. Let's take a look. So we placed him into the C tier right away. Um, in my opinion, he is C tier, but given the current meta, I think he falls into the D tier. Why? First, he is a spearman. Right from the start, it's not that good. Most player in the free to play and low spender should only focus on two troops type, and because of the easy and very powerful immortal to obtain, such as Alex and Charles and YSS, you should focus on cavalryman and shieldman. So spearman is a con right from the start. And two, when you look at his kit is all about dodging. He deals more damage and quick damage without having to rebuild energy. Sorry, but the dodge in this game at the moment, accuracy is so high that you don't get to dodge. The enemy doesn't dodge that much. So his kit being around dodge is not the best. Removing all buff is decent, but it's not all marches that work around buff as well. So he becomes extremely niche, and the niche that he is good at falls too heavily into dodge. So, in my opinion, he is a useless immortal at the moment, especially because when you try to obtain him, you have other options that you can go for with the King of the Hill box. He falls into the D tier right away. Then you have a Louis. In my opinion, Louis is C tier. I don't think he works very well. When you look at his kit, yeah, where is he? Oh, there it is. So I don't think he is a good immortal. He does a little bit of this, a little bit of that. He has attack speed. He deals physical damage, but then it switched to magical damage. He is hard to maximize when it comes to skills. You need decent skills on him. And the fact that he is a carry, even though he's a cavalryman, you would basically need him to solo carry or dual carry with a backline. And that doesn't work very well when the Immortal is not made to solo carry. I don't think he is made to do that. I There are better options in the King of the Hill boxes as well, and there are better options even from the free to play Immortal when it comes to attack speed with Alex and Hannibal. And when it comes to Lightning Immortal in the front row, there are quite some good or decent tanks that could take his place instead. We just talked about Toku. So when you look at the tier list, would you rather go for Toku or Louis in the Lightning March? Toku is definitely the best option, making Louis fall further down the list, not even B, in my opinion. He falls into the C tier. Ragnar, I think, is a very good immortal. I think he goes in the A tier. I think he's even better than Toku if you want to play with the tier list this side as well. The reason is because he is more versatile. Take a look at him. So when you look at his kit is all about increasing magical damage. There are no condition. You don't need to be chill. You don't need to be a water immortal. You don't need anything to add this boost to your team. So because he is very flexible, he is A tier immortal. Why is he not S tier? Because he is very flexible. Because he is a water immortal. The fact that he is a water immortal makes him fall down to the A tier, in my opinion. But his kit is still very good, very flexible, so he is very strong. Next, we have Matilda. Matilda is a support. She is wind. She is very good. I think she falls in the S tier. She is one of the best options when it comes to the King of the Hill box. Let's take a look at her. So what she does is she's going to increase the damage of the Immortal when they cast their skills. And the fact that she's also Win is also quite decent because Quinn is also a decent Immortal. So you have two good options when it comes to the Wind support. Now, one of the reasons why I think she's S tier, but not the best S tier support, is because again, she is a little bit niche when it comes to her skill. She increased the damage for Immortal that cast ultimate. So if you look at Alex or Hannibal with her artifact, she's not going to give them value. So this is one of the reasons why, even though she's S tier, she's still niche. You need to be careful and when you unlock her to make sure she's going to fit in your team, in your march, in your setup. Next, we have this guy here. I think he falls into the D tier as well. Let's take a look at him. So you have Hokoku. Um, Same thing as Mehmed. He is revolving around Dodge. Dodge is not in a good spot in the meta at the moment. He is a tank. He is also Spearman, another con. Just because of these few cons, we don't need to waste time. He falls into the D tier. Don't get this Immortal. Even if you're playing a win march, you might as well do a mix march. You don't want him. You don't want to waste your boxes on him. Next is the last one, and I think the best option overall when it comes to those boxes, YSS. YSS is the best Immortal to get from these boxes. He is one of the best, if not the best thing at the moment. And because of that, I think anybody in this game that is a free to play, a low spender, even a mid spender, should spend their King of the Hill boxes on YSS. Why? Very simple skill. He offers a protection, area of protection for the whole team when it comes to damage. He reduces the damage by 30%. Now, what is really good about the skill is that he reduces damage taken. It's all damage. Physical, magical, the dragon, the skills, the immortal skills. It's everything that is thrown at your team is going to be reduced by a hard and very good 30%. It's not one immortal, it's the whole team. That is what makes him very good. Another thing, he is hurt and cavalry. A lot of marches, main marches at the moment, he is using the hurt dragon. So you get a hurt tank as well, which is very good. Two, what is really good as well is that when you look at his artifact will increase healing by 30%. So this is very good, increasing the healing received, but it's not essential given the current meta. Because a lot of the meta right now, the marches include a Quinn or a Khan, the healing increase is going to be limited, if not negated, by the fact that you have an enemy team running healing cut. So even if you run a normal artifact, he is still very good. You do not need his special artifact to run him in your main team, is what I mean. Because of that, I think along with the rest of his kit, he falls into the S tier. And not only S tier, I strongly believe that he is the best immortal to get from those box. Matilda is not too far behind, but again, if you're running Alex in your main march, you don't want Matilda. So because of that, I really think YSS is the best option. So this was it for the King of the Hill tier list when it comes to those immortal. Next, we are going to do the Holy and Shadow and Chaos Immortal. See you soon. Thank you for watching.